Hi, my name is Clifford De Wit and I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at Microsoft South Africa. So I think the question is, the world of data is evolving and how is Microsoft approaching this? I mean, a very valid statement. I think the rate that we're capturing data as human beings is growing exponentially. So I think there's two bits to this. There is the way we capture data and build capabilities to actually capture data at massive volume, at massive scale. I'm talking here about things like the Internet of Things, where we're living in a world where we're able to store and capture data at volumes that really systems even a couple of years ago weren't designed to deal with. So that's the first thing Microsoft's spending a lot of time on. We're providing storage capabilities, analytical capabilities to deal with data at massive volume. The second thing, and probably the more pertinent thing, is gaining understanding out of that data. So how do we, with all this data that we're capturing, and as humans, with really finite time to do analysis, how do we provide tools, technologies, to understand and parse that data, but then probably in a more understanding capability, visualize and gain insight out of that data. And again, this is where Microsoft's providing a huge amount of investment and providing tools like Cortana Analytics Suite, like the new reporting capabilities in SQL Server 2016, and some of the advances in the R programming language to deal with large data sets. So what was launched at Build 2016? So Build is our large developer conference that we run every year, and this year we made some pretty significant announcements. I guess the one that probably got one of the biggest applauses of any of the conferences we've had is we announced that our Xamarin toolset that we acquired will be free with Visual Studio. Xamarin really allows developers to use a programming language, our programming language, but then target multiple different mobile operating systems, namely Windows, Android, and iOS. And we have been partnering with them for many years, integrating their toolset into our technology. But just recently we announced that we had acquired them and that the toolset would be free. And this was a really big deal for our developer community and people who use Xamarin. Not only does Xamarin provide you with a rich set of development technologies, but it has a capability called the Xamarin Test Cloud that allows mobile developers to test their mobile applications on thousands of mobile devices, drastically reducing the time that it takes them to produce quality applications on mobile devices. The other interesting announcement that we made, I mean there were several, but I'm just going to pick out a couple, was our feature that we announced called Microsoft Cognitive. And with that we announced a bot framework that we really allow people to build mobile bots or autonomous bots that allow natural language to speak to them. I think the interesting thing for me about this is that it's a manifestation of a natural user interface. We talk a lot about how we're changing the interface in computing, and the bot interface or the robotic interface is really a way for humans to interact with computing that is not directly with a mouse or through a traditional user interface, but more by chat and a more natural way of speaking to them. So those are just two of the highlight announcements, and we can discuss a couple more at a later stage. How are these innovations going to assist Africans and South African businesses? You know, the interesting thing about cloud computing is that it's probably one of the most universally applicable platforms. So we find that African and South African businesses in many cases are very quick to adopt cloud and to leverage the benefits of cloud. Sometimes, because we have less legacy than some of our overseas competitors or some of the competitors of some of our customers, South African customers are quick to adopt cloud. And actually, because of the connectivity and the rapid mobile connectivity advances in Africa, deliver mobile solutions out to their customers. So that's maybe just one example of how these advances will get into the African workforce. Hey, this is Clifford De Wit. I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at Microsoft, and thank you very much.